Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Spensomatic here, and today I am previewing my team for my first week in the draft battle. The draft battle that I'm playing in. I don't know why I don't have my logo here, but I should edit that in. Haha. Basically, to my right, I guess, for your perspective, there's the team that I'm facing. You have 11 Pokemon and you have Poison EMC. Basically, Medicham is a threat. It 2-hit KOs all of my Pokemon. And Metagross is a threat because it hits a lot of my Pokemon pretty hard. Salamence is also a threat because it can set up and sweep me, and that's also why Venomoth is a threat. Basically, I have a lot of threats that I am trying to counter to my best, but, you know, he might bring surprises to counter me. We'll ever see. Let's start off with our team. We start off with Landorus. It is Choice Scarf, meaning it's fast, but it's locked into the move. This is supposed to be my counter to, I don't know, it's supposed to be a pivot, really, just to do some damage, but also, you know, pull off Intimidates to make Crocodile, Medicham, Salamence, Metagross, all of them hit less. Stealth Rock is so that I get the rocks off the spikes that I was talking about earlier in the previous video, and just some speed, you know, just to outspeed everything. It's fine. Next off, we've got Life Orb Victini with both physical moves and special moves, so it hits everyone. It hits Metagross, it hits Chansey. Chansey has a lot of special defense, if you didn't know, so V-Create's going to help deal with that. Metagross has a lot of regular defense, so Blue Fair is going to help with that. Life Orb is just to do some extra damage, and it's a really basic EV spread, just to do as much damage as possible, but also speed tie people like Salamence, speed tie people like Typhlosion, speed tie people like Medicham. It's a lot of speed tying, as you can see. Next off, we got Bulky Altaria, which is meant to be my counter to Medicham and Salamence, even though it kind of gets 2-hit KO'd by Medicham, so that's a little counterintuitive. Oh well. Body Slamming is meant to do paralyzation and stuff, but it also 1-hit KOs Medicham and Salamence, like I've stated before. Heal Bell is to counter Chansey, because Chansey can hit me with moves like Poison and can paralyze me as well. And then Defog is to remove the hazards that my opponent can set up. The Pokemon that can set up hazards on my side of the stage are Chansey, Crocodile, and Metagross, all of them who Landorus and, I guess, Altaria besides Metagross beat. Next up, we got Slurpuff. This is basically my setup sweeper with the Belly Drum Citrus Berry on Burden combo. Play Rough is just meant for coverage. It hits basically everyone hard. Drain Punch is meant to recover health if I'm ever too low and want to outlive priority from Mimikyu and Metagross. And then Thief is to 1-hit KO Grumpig and also to 1-hit KO Metagross. And I think Medicham. It provides accuracy too, because Play Rough, as you can see here, is only 90% accuracy, where Thief is 100% accuracy. I have some defense EVs to outlive a Mimikyu Play Rough to Shadow Sneak, because Play Rough will actually Mimikyu gets an ability where basically the first hits that I do to that Pokemon doesn't count. Mimikyu can hit me with a hard move and then use a priority move to try and kill me. I have EVs set to outlive that. I have a Choice Band Pangoro, who will be locked into a move but hit everything super hard. This can almost 1-hit KO everything, if not 2-hit KO everything. Stone Edge is for coverage. Knockoff is meant for Chansey to knock off the Eviolite. I have enough speeds to outspeed a common Metagross, so I can 1-hit KO it with Knockoff. Max attack to get maximum power, and then some special defense just to, you know, level out my defense just because I want some. Then we have Nihiligo with Electricium Z. This is going to hit everything. I got Grass Knot in order to hit Crocodile. I got Power Gem in order to hit Salamence and Venomoth. I got Thunderbolt in order to hit Poliwrath, but basically also everything else that I can't hit super effectively. Toxic Spikes are going to try and be my main way of doing chip damage to my opponents, because a lot of the calculations that I've been doing, even if I'm doing max attack, I only I have only like a 25% chance of one hit KOing them, because I can do like this amount of percent to this amount of percent in one hit. So Toxic Spike helps me confirm that, because if I get one Toxic Spike up, it does 12 damage each turn, which is really beneficial for me. And also, he only has like, looking at it, 3 Pokemon that won't be affected by Toxic Spikes, and technically Chansey, so 4. And then I have Electricium Z to do some damage. I have enough speed to outspeed every Pokemon that, I have enough speed to outspeed every base 100, so I'm outspeeding Medicham, I'm outspeeding Salamence, I'm outspeeding Venomoth, I'm outspeeding Typhlosion, and we'll all be able to hit them back for a lot of damage. The rest is going into special attack to do some damage, and thanks to my ability Beast Boost, my special attack is going to be boosted each time. And some special defense, maybe to counter myself against Venomoth, but also for people like Mixed Salamence, or Grumpig, or Typhlosion, or Poliwrath. That's my team, that's who I'm versus. I hope you guys enjoyed. This isn't a video, what am I talking about? You guys will see me be playing my opponent in maybe 3 days, because I'm recording this 2 days in advance just because I want to get this out of the way. Hope you guys enjoy. I will be back, I guess, in seconds, because video editing's a thing. Holy shit. Whoa.
So we are back. I have edited my little layout a little to match the game. Unfortunately, I'm not able to present the game live because I had to do this on mobile, and no one really wants to watch on mobile, so I'm just gonna be providing commentary on the replay. Sorry for the audio quality, I'm not in town, so I have to use this little mic here rather than the snowball that I use at home. But here's the game. Right off the bat, I noticed that he doesn't have the 2 biggest counters to Slurpuff, the one that like maximizes its attack, which are Metagross and Mimikyu. He seemed to hold off on the both of them, but he got Medicham, which I expected, Chansey, which I expected, Crocodile, which I expected, Electros, which I not really, but it's fine. Venomoth, which I totally expect, and Salamence, which I expect. I don't know. He suffered from only having the ability to choose 6 Pokemon. But anyways, we're just gonna start the game right off. Starting with the lead of Altaria, I decided that Altaria would be the best for Medicham and Chansey, which were the 2 leads that I predicted, because Medicham needs to Mega Evolve in order to like have bulk so it switches in, but they started off with the biggest threat to my team, which was Venomoth, which is a little scary, and Altaria really can't take that. So here I actually stay in my regular Altaria form because A, I don't turn into a poison type, so the poison moves that Venomoth uses aren't super effective, and B, if they do go for a sleep powder, which they did, I have an ability called Natural Cure, which just means as soon as I switch out, I get rid of all my status ailments. So I make the switch to Landorus here, predicting either a Quiver Dance or a Sludge Bomb, both of which I could take, because I have a Choice Scarf to my Landorus, which means that I outspeed the Venomoth, even though it was +1 speed, and pick up the kill on the most threat to my team. Now we have a Salamence. I'm just gonna get out of there and go to Altaria, who hits me with a Dragon Claw, which I find really strange, and yeah. So I Mega Evolve, almost kills me with the Aerial Ace, and I think that if they killed me, then this game definitely would have gone differently, but they don't kill me. I roost up and am able to heal my health. Go for Dragon Claw, which I don't know why, because Dragon doesn't affect Fairy types. Switches out to Chansey, which takes my hit quite well. So I just switch out to Pangoro because it's like the biggest threat to Chansey, and I guess the rest of the team. I go for Knockoff to try and knock off the Eviolite, but I imagine hitting I ended up hitting the Salamence for some good damage, hit off red card, so I'm assuming that with the red card, which means if I hit the Pokemon, it's forced to switch out. I'm assuming that was the Slurpuff counter to like get rid of all my attack after I hit the Salamence, but end up knocking that off, which is good because that means my Slurpuff can basically sweep, and my Slurpuff technically already wins if I can deal with one. I guess no, it just wins now if I'm able to get the belly drum up. But now we switch back into Altaria after the double to Medicham, which caught me off guard. So yeah, I go into Landorus to get the Intimidate off to lower the attack stat of the Medicham, and then I go straight back into Altaria so I can live all the hits, and goes for Double Edge, which is not something you usually run on Medicham, but that's fine. Go back into Chansey. We roost here. I try to heal my Pangoro for its poisoning as Chansey goes for Stealth Rock, which Altaria carries Defog to remove the Stealth Rock. So it's basically a continuous loop where I decided once I cure my Altaria of poisoning, I'm going to try and go for a Paralysis, which I end up getting on the very first turn, which is nice, but the Chansey carries Dazzling Gleam to hit me super effectively, even though it doesn't do much damage because Chansey's kind of weak. I get a Paralysis off, which is pretty lucky, so I am able to cure my Toxic and get the Defog off, so I have no Rocks and no Toxic. Then I switch right back out into Pangoro to try and do some damage. They try to Wish Pass to Medicham, but my Pangoro manages to kill the Medicham, and that eliminates the second biggest threat to my team, and now we just have this Salamence, which I go straight back out into Altaria because they're not going to be able to kill me. They go right back out to Chansey, which just means I'm going right back out to Pangoro, and after that Toxic, I go for another knockoff, and I hit the Electros for quite a bit of damage. Pangoro's really bringing the heat here, and I managed to kill the Electros, which wasn't too much of a threat to my team, maybe besides the Nihilego. I go straight back on to Altaria. We have a little chat there because it turns out that the Venomoth dying caught him off guard and he didn't expect it. So that kind of just went all downhill from here. I go back into Altaria after I go back into the Salamence, and then I go into Slurpuff. Decided, hey, I'm just gonna win right here. So I belly drum up. But the funny thing is, I made the EVs wrong. So I have an odd amount of HP, which means I'm not actually at half health, which means I don't eat my citrus berry and don't get the speed boost. I'm like, oh shit, is this gonna kill me? But turns out they sacked the Salamence, which means that I basically just kill everything with Drain Punch. I got my friend flaming me for the EVs. The Crocodile doesn't kill me, and I finally eat the Citrus Berry, able to one-hit KO the Crocodile, and thanks to Drain Punch and my massive attack stat, I just one-hit KO the Chansey. And that's basically my game. I managed to get a 6-0 for my very first game of the draft, and I'm hoping that I can do that for the rest of the games. Anyways, if you guys are enjoying this, come back later. The guy that I'm facing against this week is kind of out of town, so I might not be able to face him. And then in August, I'm also going to be gone, so there will be a pretty inconsistent schedule, but hopefully I can continue on with my winning. Yay. Adios, everyone. Have a good night and stay sexy.